So, I'm super thrilled. I want to say thank you for everyone who is part of the stream already for the start of Jordan's Medieval Brawl. We have the first edition here. We already have the confirmation of the second edition. Thanks for everyone who has contributed there. And yeah, I would suggest we jump into the first game. So, first one is going to be Nicov against Mr. Yo. Nicov here playing in the blue trunks as Poles on the right hand side of the map. And on the left hand side of the map, we have Mr. Yo playing as Aztecs here in the red trunks. And both of them seem to be playing very, very greedy. Yo, rather than scouting his opponent, he is putting the focus on getting his deer inside. So he wants to boost his economy, which is usually a good move to do, right? Because most of the time you have a good feeling about how your opponent is playing anyway. Mr. Yo knows Nicov very well, and most likely he is thinking that Nicov is not that kind of person who is known for going for a pre-militia rush, for example, like that, right? So that's why he's taking the time with his scout to lure the deer instead of scouting Nicov here. If we take a look at his map, his main goal seems to be very nice. And by the way, guys, this is kind of King of the Desert Arabia, so you can always expect this to be extremely open, right? And also very hilly. Main gold is very safe here in the back. And the wood line also seems to be in a okayish position. Of course, in the back it would have been even better, but it's not like he has to take this wood line here, right? That would be kind of problematic. The berries are in the front as well, so that could be kind of exposed by Nicov here. But let's see what he's going to try to do. I'm already super thrilled for the matchup because, you know, Poles against Aztecs is definitely something we haven't seen too often yet in our lifetime of Age of Empires 2. And I honestly also don't know exactly how this one is going to be played out. Maybe both of them don't know that as well, right? You have to go with the flow. In the meanwhile, Nicov, he has pushed all the deers in already. So his economy is looking very, very strong. Kind of as strong as it could be. And yeah, taking the second boar here without killing it with the TC, that's always a good sign. And if we look at his map doesn't look as good as Mr. Yo's, I would say, because his main goal seems to be a bit more exposed. Oh yeah, the stream alerts, sorry for that. Ghost of Yoda, thank you so much for the 38 month. Wow, maybe the longest one here. But yeah, I'm switching off the sounds here. Yeah, main gold is in the front. The berries are in the back. That's good, especially with poles, because with poles you have the folwarks, and you want to have the folwarks as safe as possible because you want to place the farms around it. It gives you 10% extra food from the farms immediately being deposited to your food bank account, right? So that's something you want that to have a safe spot. The woodline, however, that is very exposed, right? Very, very much so in the front, and I don't see any woodline here on the sides or in the back. So yeah, I think both donation goal is covering the time. Okay, let me quickly rearrange that. Thanks for the feedback here. Is it okay like that, guys, if I position it like that, or is it more too much in the center? I hope it's fine like that. Okay, thank you. Good. If we check the scouting pattern of both players, Mr. Yo, he has indeed confirmed now that his opponent is going on gold, so he's expecting the man-at-arm play, especially after seeing the barrack with the flags. And Mr. Nicov here on the other side, he is still scouting. He sees that Mr. Yo is going for the second lumber camp, which kind of is an indicator that he is not going for man-at-arms, but we're wrong. Mr. Yo is indeed going for man-at-arms, but that means also that he is most likely not going for the straight man-at-arms into archer play, because he's now missing the wood to build a lumber to a gold mine, which gives me the impression that he wants to have a little bit militia, and then he wants to transition into an archer range followed up with skirms instead of archers, right? So we will see different approaches here, I suppose, if he's not building the gold mining camp right now. And a great engagement for Nicov already, because he had the better hits here at the beginning, and now with his scout getting the +2, he will be completely able to kill everything. And I think in a perfect world, Nicov even manages to kill everything without using one single unit. Whoa! That was a great start for Nicov. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. And yeah, Nicov even going for horse color. I like that move because that gives you even a better boost in terms of economy, because you get more food up on reaching or finishing the farm around the folwark, right? Yeah, Nicov definitely had a perfect engagement here. He still has 3 militia available to his disposal here. And Mr. Yo needs to be very careful here with the quick walls. He has not done any mistake so far. And yeah, oh, the villager was stuck here for a second. That was not ideal. But yeah, nothing happened, nothing crucial. The archer, oh, Garrus or unqueued here at the wrong side. So that will take a bit more time for him to keep the militia away. And yeah, in the meanwhile, I don't think the militia should be capable of dealing too much damage here. But we already see Nicov. Indeed, he's going for an archer range. He's already going for blacksmith. So Nikov's position seems to be very good so far, and I prefer his position. The villager is kind of stuck because of the house. So ideally, you have to make the decision, do you save the villager or do you delete the house? And in those kind of situations, you want to delete the house. It's not worth it to keep the house and lose the villager. Ooh, ooh. Nicov, man, he is in a great position here. Killing 1 archer, killing 3 militia, killing eagle. What is the KD? 6-1. Wow. Villager being killed as well. And yeah, guys, I feel like Nicov, ever since Deep Waters League, has stepped it up a bit. Really, he seems to be playing extremely well. And meanwhile, his base is super open, having 1 lumber camp, yes. But he knows exactly, he is in the driving position right now. Both of those players have fletching now as well. And we will see Nicov now trying to make something happen on the top side of Mr. Yo's base. And the fact that Nicov is so extremely reluctant with his pressure, it doesn't really allow Mr. Yo to go for any counterattacks, right? And that is kind of also the success recipe if you play those kind of open maps, that you play so aggressive that you don't allow your opponent to do any sneaky attacks on you. That way you don't really have to wall, right? And that's exactly what Nicov is doing right now. Picking off another archer. And these archers, they would be loving to get to Nikov's base, I would imagine, right? Just try to defend with skirms yourself and go to Nikov's base, because these kind of disruptions are always going to be super helpful. But yeah, Mr. Yo, he just doesn't have the time to do so, right? Nicov is on pair right now. Here the lumber camp is a bit saturated. Nicov also going for the second archer range, so he will be able to produce a lot of units, right? And the skirms, you can easily commit against those skirms if they don't have the armor upgrade, right? Because once they have the armor upgrade, the archer only does 1 damage instead of 2, and that is a huge thing, right? That's kind of double output you have there in terms of damage. I think that's the first time I see Nicov going for horse color that fast. Yeah, Mr. Yo is in general in a very rough position, because yes, military units are being produced 15% faster from Aztecs, but he only has 1 compared to the 2 from Nicov. So Nicov will be able to outmass the Aztec player here. Mr. Yo, his economy is looking okayish, obviously not very close to going castle age right now. On the other side, Nicov has the same. He already has gone for a second folwark. I absolutely love that move. And he's going for stone now as well. So we wanna build a lumber camp, gold mining camp here as well, or stone mining camp, to have a bit better efficiency here. Very unbalanced economy for Mr. Yo. Yeah, because, you know, you're adding 5 villages on gold when you go for that kind of build. And if you have then to go for a lot of skirms, then you bank up a lot of gold, right? Oh, nice micro here by Nicov. Able to dodge the shots, but yeah, Mr. Yo, he's not really taking any issue here. He is able to snipe off 5 archers without losing any unit here. And he was able to equalize the KD ratio here. 11 kills for Mr. Yo, 12 for Nicov. And I'm sure we will see a few more here in a second. Yeah, they're just trading off here. And in general, I like the position now for Mr. Yo a bit more, due to the fact that he's going for the units which are going to be able to help him defend, but he's only doing it with 1 archery range, right? And the archery range itself is enough to get out the unit numbers he needs to be able to defend himself. And he doesn't, as an ACCM player, you don't want to commit to 2 archery ranges, right? The range units are in general, you have to delete the house here. The range units are not the units you want to play with moving forward in Castle Age and Imperial Age, right? So you use 1 archer range, build the skirms to defend, and then in Castle Age you will have 2 or 3 barracks pumping out eagles. Mr. Yo going for eagles indeed. He is going for scale armor already, and he is 1 minute and 50 seconds away from Castle Age, 30 seconds faster than his counterpart. And yeah, we will see this engagement here. Mr. Yo, he has a bit of a worse position here due to the fact that Nicov is having the hill here. But I think Mr. Yo, he's such a strong player. He will not have any problems to defend this at all. And yeah, nice snipe here by the archer. And yeah, these both armies, they cannot really engage into each other, right? They will just be dancing around all the time. And Mr. Yo, oh, what is Mr. Yo doing? That was definitely a misclick. He's losing 2 skirms for nothing. And Nicov, nice pick off here. I feel like Nikov's scouting... Wow, look at that. Look at Nikov's scouting. He literally sees every single map here. And also, the wood is also being harassed by Nicov. So, guys, Nicov is playing phenomenally. And I'm super happy to see that, because Nicov deserves that, right? He's just a phenomenal player, and he's just showing it this game. He also showed it in the D-Borders League. And for Yo, Mr. Yo, he wants to snipe the archers, because the archers, they have the potential to go for crossbows, and they could serve a certain threat to the eagle play. But the skirms, you don't care about skirms as an eagle player, right? Because even if you go for elite skirms, who cares? They're just tickling the eagles anyway. Mr. Yo indeed is going for the Eagle Warrior upgrade now, and he will also be adding monks now, right? Yeah, here we have the monastery, and this is the kind of situation where it could be dangerous for any civilization to play against the ACCM player, because the combination of monks, of eagles, of potential spearmen or pikemen is just a very hard army to stop, right? The snowball can be really real in that moment. And Nicov, I love the fact that he's still trying to be active with his skirms. He's trying to take another villager down, but that's just not happening. And Nicov now going for full knight play and monastery, so we will see the knight play against the eagle play. And usually what happens is that the ACCM player, if done properly, should prevail, due to the fact that it's just cheaper and as strong, right? They are not as mobile, that's true, but I think Mr. Yo, especially Mr. Yo, is that kind of person who's capable of doing a lot of great army movement, right? That's one of his biggest strengths, is that he is very methodically, I don't know the English word, like he's very good with positioning his army, and very good if it's about the strategical capabilities. Methodical, yes, exactly, something like that. Oh, Mr. Yo able to snipe off 1 monk. That's obviously always a nice pickoff. And the villager, what was that? That didn't make any sense. Like, he hit like he was a Kamayuk, seriously. What the hell was this? Yeah, Nicov able to keep those eagles at bay. But now, Mr. Yo going for Sanctity. He's going for Fervor. And in addition to these upgrades, he will also get plus 10 HP for his monks, due to the fact that Aztecs get plus 5 HP extra on every single monk upgrade they are going for, right? A second TC is going to be planted here by Mr. Yo. That is the idea. The question is Nicov running into that? Most likely not. I think Nicov will try to harass here and go to the gold mine there. I guess that's the case. Yeah, the Eagles are still posing a little threat here, but yeah, Nicov is very well aware of everything here. And yeah, like Nicov is just, he knows stuff. Nicov knows stuff. He knows exactly where the Eagles are. He's paying attention. And this is exactly what I meant, guys. The fact, how many players would have positioned their pikemen there? I would say very few. And these 3 pikemen save Mr. Yo. Not only a few villagers, but also villager efficiency, right? He's able to convert 1 knight, most likely. Most likely. No! How did that not happen? There was a 10-second conversion time. Oh, the randomness of monks, guys. Oof. I mean, it's not gonna be a game changer, but it's definitely something which is super, super annoying. And here we have 2 monks here, and I'm sure if Mr. Yo is paying attention, he will be able to convert the 2 knights here. And yeah, that's like, no way. Yeah. We have the conversions here. And that's the thing which is just super annoying to play against as Nicov here. The ACCM monks are just a brutal thing. And for Nicov, it is now important that he realizes the situation. And indeed, he is going for the castle play now. He needs Obuch out. And Obuch is just going to be such a lovely unit to enrich his army composition. Because right now, the Obuch will destroy every single unit, except, of course, the monks. But it will force Mr. Yo to switch to crossbows. And with ACCM, you generally don't really want to switch to crossbows. As I mentioned earlier, the ranged units are not the ideal situation, or the ideal unit to go for with ACCM. I love the addition of Lightcav by Nicov. He will be able to snipe at least 1 monk, maybe even the second one. No, the second one is a bit too greedy. But yeah, 2 Lightcav for 1 monk. I would say that's kind of a equal trade here. If we're looking at the economy, guys, I would say Nicov has a slight advantage here. Oh yeah, awesome stuff for Nicov. He gets the conversion. And why is Mr. Yo fighting here? Why is he fighting here? That's such a bad fight, isn't it? Yeah, that's just horrible. He was downhill, he was outmassed, and Nicov definitely taking the advantage from this one. But guys, don't ever overestimate your position if your opponent has monks. And guys, exactly this is the composition. That's why I was kind of praising Mr. Yo. He's just so good at positioning himself right on the map. He was very well aware of what's happening at his base. He was able to defend very cautiously, and now he's going for the biggest and scariest snowballs you can have in the game, which is pikes, siege, monks, and eagles, right? And that is just a combination you just cannot ignore. And you have to think about what is the best idea to counter that. Yes, Mr. Yo is behind in terms of economy. Not too much, but still a bit, right? Both of them are lacking the cast age upgrades. Except Nicov, he went for heavy plow. With poles, you wanna, put more of a prioritization on that compared to the bow saw. And he doesn't have wheelbarrow, however. And Mr. Yo does. So even considering the 10 village deficit, it's not as bad because the villager, the wheelbarrow is not there for Nicov, and we have ACCM as the civilization for Mr. Yo. So ACCM villages are just a bit more efficient than other civilizations. 30C coming up here for Mr. Yo, and is Nicov able to stop that? The monks are completely, like, the pathing is so stupid sometimes, it's crazy. And that's going to be a Dao TC, no? It kind of looks like that. Yeah, he's able to get it up, never mind. But still, it was pretty annoying. And this monk is surviving, right? Yeah, because it was low HP. And in the meanwhile, the Obuch are doing a great job in defending the push here. And look at how great Nicov is aware of the map. Like, he is so active with his light calves. He's able to snap off a lot of monks here. And Mr. Yo is kind of forced to be retreating here because this is just looking very good for Nicov. He has a great position right now in the game. 5,300 score versus the 5,400 for Mr. Yo. And Nicov doing a great job here. Yeah, I like that. I like that. In the meanwhile, Nicov, 81 villagers. He has 3 TCs as well. Exactly the same amount which Mr. Yo has. But he has 17 units versus the 6 from Mr. Yo. And that's the thing with the Obuch. They are just such a great counter to everything ACCM can throw at them. I think in this situation you kind of are forced to switch into crossbows as the ACCM player. And the light cav. It is just sniping down every single monk there is, right? This light cav has done so much already for Nicov. Or in general the light cav play, right? Yeah, Jaguars is going to be the play now for Mr. Yo. But I don't even think, like I personally would never go for infantry against Obuch. Because Obuch, from my experience, are killing every single infantry there is. And look at this castle here by Nicov. Man, that's insane. Nicov is playing so good. He's playing so good, getting this castle up. In the meanwhile, he's safe at home. Ideally, you wall this position here as well. That completely annihilates every single raid possibility for Mr. Yo. But yeah, maybe Nicov feels very confident in his position right now. The Obuch will get converted, yes, but these monks are most likely going to be killed very soon by the Obuch. And yeah, what is the longevity plan here? And for Mr. Yo, I wonder. Like, yes, he has the Jaggers, but Nicov, he's already going up to Imperial Age. He has a great position here with the castle. So with the castle, he will be able to kill this castle. And yeah, the Jaguar warriors, they're scary, obviously, but like, you can kill those, I even would say. But indeed, Nicov is going to switch to crossbows now. And that's also a good move, because with the crossbows, or with bows in general, you have the possibility to go for arbalest. And yeah, Mr. Yo, right now, he doesn't have any possibility to have any counter to that, right? Just like nothing. The best unit there would be Atlatl Skirms, but that's just not happening because Mr. Yo is just ages away from Imperial Age. Never mind. He had 2k gold in the bank. Professional caster right there, guys. Yeah. That's what the market does to you guys. But still, Mr. Yo is just so far behind in terms of the Imperial Age timing. And Nicov also has the better units, right? So, Mr. Yo definitely has to do a lot of things correct. And Nicov on the other side, a lot of mistakes, which I don't see him doing to be able to win this game. It's gonna be a hard one. The economy is just looking amazing. And just he's planting so many bulwarks as well with the additional farms, right? It just gives you such a amazing food boost. And now we have 1000 food in the bank already for Nicov upon hitting Imperial Age. So he will be able to afford every single upgrade he can ask for. And yeah, now I wonder what Mr. Yo is thinking. He will be able to get that second castle. Yes, but still it's going to be hard to keep that position here if your enemy is up to Imperial Age so much faster. The discrepancy in terms of the score is also 2200. We have Nicov going for Bracer now, while Mr. Yo going for Heavy Plow and the Chainmail Armor. So he definitely wants to stay or remain on the infantry play. And here the relics are 3-2, so 3 relics for Mr. Yo, 2 for Nicov. So that's lovely for Mr. Yo. As you guys know, I don't have to say that, right? But Aztecs, they generate the gold income from the relics 33% faster compared to other civilizations. Crop rotation makes sense for Poles, right? And then Arbalest upgrade, handcart. What is Nicov doing? Like, he's even going for the upgrades here, for the eco upgrades. This Nicov seems to be revived here. Playing very, very strong. Chemistry coming in, iron casting coming as well. And Nicov is building traps. I don't know why you're thinking he's not. And the castle could be a bit more forward here. But okay, I guess Nicov just wants to play the safe way here. And I just love the fact that Mr. Yo, he realizes that he has to switch away from the trebuchet because he is about to lose his castles. And he wants to siege the position with siege ramps most likely. This castle is a lovely castle. It will secure that area here, which is, you know, focusing on the extra gold. A little raid with the Jaguar Warriors, but this is not going to be too successful. And the extra gold is being taken by Mr. Yo as well. And that's something which Mr. Yo is excelling in. The fact that he has just so great awareness of the map, right? I think he's one of the very best in doing that. And yeah, the thing is, however, in the middle, it's not looking too healthy for him. It's just not. We have 5 trebuchet, it looks like, right? Is it 5? God damn it. 4 against non-trebuchet. And the siege, the cap ram. Oh no. Oh no. It's the cap. Oh, okay. The trebuchet, man, they were close to being completely ripped off here. And yeah, we even have Blast Furnace coming in for Nicov. 115 population against 155. 102 villagers against 126. And military-wise, 29 for Nicov. And 20 or 15 for Mr. Yo. Sneaky Barrack here. I'm not sure what he's expecting from that. Winged Hussar was able to come in, but no. He's going for Legitic Legacy. And what exactly is that one doing again? The other one is for the cheaper knights. And this one, I have no idea. Professional caster right there. Trample damage. Ah, the trample damage. I was just checking, guys, if you were still active. Trample, yeah. Okay, my bad. So we will see Winged Hussar hitting the fray as well from Nicov. And he will have a beastly composition then of Winged Hussars and Arbalests and Obuch and Trebuchet. And I'm just wondering what Mr. Yo can really do against that. Honestly, I don't see too much there. Jordan farming interaction. Of course, guys. I cannot cast the game all the time. You know, I have to do something as well. I mean, that's exactly what I was mentioning earlier, right? Mr. Yo is kind of forced to go for the skirms due to the fact that Nicov went for Arbalest. But, yeah, like, these are just going to be completely shredded by those units here from Nicov. And this is the 1-0 here for Mr. Nicov. Awesome play. Awesome play. This was a great display by Nicov, how to utilize poles. Even I myself have taken some lessons from that. A beautiful build and very well executed. Mr. Yo, he had a good push here in the middle, I would say. Let me quickly bounce back here, jumping back to that. Let's slow this one down a bit. This was the beginning of Castle Age. And yeah, this was the moment where things, in theory, could have been a bit dangerous for Nicov. But he was thinking ahead. He was taking care that he will have the transition to the Obuch, taking a stone. And the castle is also giving you the extra defensive outpost, right? So that's just lovely. And here, Mr. Yo, that was his first big mistake, I would say. He was wasting a lot of units here for nothing. And that meant that he doesn't have the fighting power for the snowball to be very effective, right? Yeah, throwing a lot of units here. And then just a couple of minutes later, he's just getting distracted here in a second. So now he's bouncing back a bit, killing the monastery. That's lovely. But these 4 knights here, guys, this was just a lovely move by Nicov. Because with that way, he was able to, you know, get how's it called? Create some chaos here for Mr. Yo. And that led to him not focusing here. You will see in a second. Let's speed it up a bit. Oh. Okay, this is the moment here. So ideally, as the SX player, you just want to keep everything here. Slowly but surely push with your mangonel to the TC. use the ramps to kill the stables here, and take it very slowly, right? But Nicov, on the other side, he was able to distract Mr. Yo with those 4 knights with the light cavalry, and that led to the following mistake. That Mr. Yo, he was using his units, he was kind of throwing them away. He was not using them as good as he would have liked to, and you can see now that things are a bit falling apart here for him, and that engagement is very bad for him. He is also losing a lot on the left hand side, and that was for me personally the tipping point of the game. Nicov able to sustain his position and just completely annihilating Mr. Yo's position. And yeah, that's it. I think that was the main or most crucial point in the game here so far. If we look at the statistics, military-wise, Nicov trading way better than Mr. Yo, 61 to 81, and infinitive building kills, that's the way to go. And yeah, economy-wise also, Nicov way ahead, right? The Polish economy is just great if you utilize it properly. And yeah, overall, just a very solid play from Nicov so far. Guys, I hope you're ready for my favorite map of this edition of this tournament. We are playing right now, or we're watching those two go at each other with the lovely map Desert Bara, which is scripted by the Mad CA Dealer. And yeah, we have, as predicted, Nicov going for Hans. And yeah, he has one TC here in the middle, not using the TC to kill the scout. And on the left hand side, he has another TC as well. So this is a double TC start. And Mr. Yo on the other side, he's playing as Franks. Here his TC is on the outside, and on the left hand side, in the inner circle of the ring, he is having the second TC. And yeah, the map is designed in a way, as you can see on the minimap, that you have a ring forest surrounding the two inner TCs here. And on the outside, we have the two additional TCs. And I have never seen this map being played out in the tournament. So I'm really curious how that one is going to be played out, and it's just going to be chaotic. And I'm in love with that map as well. Yeah, I'm completely in love with this map as well. Let's see, Hans against Franks. I personally prefer Hans a bit more because the Hans start should be a bit better due to the fact that they are not having to take care of houses, and that should give them a little boost at the beginning. But let's see if we can also see that. Yeah, we have Nicov having 26 villagers versus the 20 or 27 versus 26. However, I like the Franks pick here as well because you have the berries here. And with Franks, you're gathering the berries 10% faster, if I'm not mistaken. So that gives you a boost for the early game as well. And by the looks of it, we will enter the game with one villager discrepancy. So it's not gonna be the end of the world there for Mr. Yo. Let's see what Nicov is trying to do here. Nicov seems to be walling himself in here. Yeah, okay, that's his approach here. And let's see what Mr. Yo is going to take. Don't forget, guys, Mr. Yo, that's Mr. Yo's home map. Oh, the scout. Oh, the scout is eating the TC. Is it eating the TC? Yeah, it's eating the TC completely. Yeah, that scout is doomed. 4 HP. Yeah, this one is dead. But it's fine, because Nicov, he has another scout out here. Not utilized right now. We see the walls coming up now. And I would assume both players are going for a fast castle. That's usually something you see when you're playing two TCs. And the thing is, Nikov's mill is just lovely because he has the possibility to also gather the shorefish here, which Mr. Yo, he's not really able to do that. If he had placed his mill here, he would have been able to do that, but then he would have had to walk a lot for the remaining berries here on the left hand side, so that's not really worth it. There were no restarts. No. I don't want to have any restarts in my tournaments. It's for me personally a waste of time. Mr. Yo's outside TC has more gold than Nikov's, really? He has 2 here. And there's only 1 for Nicov. That's totally correct. Yeah, that's not ideal. Yeah, that's something which has to be addressed. Luckily here, there's a lot of gold here in the middle, but it's unfair for Nicov. That's true. That's definitely true. All games are going to be played today. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, Mr. Yo is also balling here. The good thing for Mr. Yo is that he is having the scout alive, so he knows exactly what his opponent is up to, right? If we look at Nikov's scouting pattern here, he doesn't really know what Mr. Yo could be doing here. And on the other side, if we look at Mr. Yo's scouting, his scouting looks very good. He doesn't have any knowledge what Nicov is doing here, but he knows exactly, okay, most likely there are walls from my opponent, and I can take this a bit slower. So everything should be fine here. Let's see. So Nicov is building a stable here. Is Nicov going to build a scout before he clicks up? That's something which is interesting for me. That's definitely something which is interesting for me. Let's see, 600 in the bank and 500 in the bank in terms of food for Mr. Yo. And Mr. Yo, he only has one on gold. So I'm wondering, is he planning to do a fast castle or is he planning to do scouts here? I'm not really sure. 47 villagers for Nicov and 44 for Mr. Yo. We have, yeah, a lot of idle TC time for Mr. Yo, but then again, he is the double TC map, right? So, for sure, you will always have idle TC here. Okay, we have Nicov going for Castle Age now. And let's see, both players going Castle Age time the same time. And villager-wise, they are super equal as well. So we will see both players going to go for the middle here. That's something which makes sense, as the extra goals are, right? So you wanna be sure that you win this position here. Both players going for knights, and I guess, but ideally Nicov goes for CA. No, he's going for knights. I don't like that decision too much, because the cavalry archer play should be better. It should be better due to the fact that with Hans you have cheaper CA and you're just in general able to mass them better, right? Or more easier compared to your opponent. But I guess he could be afraid of his opponent using the siege workshop in the middle to fight against the CA. So yeah, let's see. Both players are going for knights now. Mr. Yo also walling the right hand side and the left hand side. And I'm not the biggest fan of the gate here. I guess he should also do a double layer behind, just in case his opponent wants to do something sneaky on the main, but that's not something he's going to do here. No, doesn't look like that. Both players fully focusing on the middle. And the funny thing is, both players are also reaching Castle Age literally at the same time as well. So yeah, let's see. Knights coming out here. Monastery is also something you want to see hitting the fray pretty soon as well for both players. Is Nicov aware that Mr. Yo is going for 2 stables here in the middle? No, he does not. He doesn't really have any idea what his opponent is doing right now. He's doing the 2 knights now. He will get the scouting information. But, yeah, Nicov, or Mr. Yo, he has a full idea of what his opponent is doing. And now this is going to be a mass knight war. Let's see who should be stronger here. Economy-wise, both completely similar, right? So it's all going to depend on how well the engagements are. Let's see, Nicov has the little advantage here due to the fact that he is able to attack the stable. That means that Mr. Yo is going to be forced to wall or to repair the stable a bit. But yeah, guys, we have already addressed that the map is not ideal right now because Nicov has 1 gold less. I will make my comment after the game regarding this one. And now we also have, yeah, Mr. Yo just on the outside. He just wants to get his economy a bit better here. And Nicov, he has chopped through here. So he should be able to connect those 2 economies now. Nicov lost the spearman here. And yeah, the monk or the monastery is coming up now for Nicov. I would say for my taste a little bit too late, because with the Night Wars you want to ensure that you get as much monks out as possible. And Yo, he is going for castle now. So Mr. Yo, he will be able to get himself a very nice position here on the map with that castle. It's his second monastery, really? Yeah, this one is here. Okay, yeah, never mind. My bad. I guess he wanted to have one monastery a bit closer here. I'm kind of surprised that this game is as campy as it is. I was expecting this one to be a bit more aggressive. But okay, both have gone for I would say a bit more defensive approach. So it's going to be much more about the strategical movements by both of them. Stonewall's coming up for Nicov here. I like that move. Just that way you just have the full focus on the middle here. Nice save here by Nicov. He kind of has improved that as well over the last days. I felt that his quick walling capabilities definitely have improved. Maybe he has changed his hotkeys. 75 military against, or villagers against 73, so just extremely equal here. However, Mr. Yo, he has gone for Bosa and Heavy Plow already, or Heavy Plow obviously has his Franks, but he went for Bosa already, while Nicov right now, he only has the first wood upgrade and the first farming upgrade, horse color, right? So yeah, I would say Mr. Yo has the slight advantage here. He's also adding, no, these are the two beginning scouts here. And yeah, both chillin'. And we will have the first engagement here, most likely. No, Nicov is chasing Mr. Yo away. But Nicov has to disengage now, because the castle is just going to be... why is Nicov fighting here? That doesn't make any sense. Why would Nicov fight here? Like, you're taking so much extra damage from the castle, which is completely unnecessary, right? But now I would assume, due to the fact that Nicov has so many monks here, he should be able to force the issue. Right? That's how it looks like. And that could be dangerous for Mr. Yo. Mr. Yo, he has 18 army versus the 22 of Nicov. So Nicov has the slight advantage here. And what Mr. Yo is doing here right now is he's completely abandoning the situation with his villagers. And yeah, Nicov, he has to retreat. The monks are the most important unit here in the army composition he has right now. Oh, that's kind of, he's losing one monk for free. So Nicov, he must be patient, and he must really ensure that he's not overcommitting here, right? Yes, he has the better position right now, but Mr. Yo, he's so great at exploiting the army positioning of his opponent, right? So he needs to watch out. One monastery, one knight has been converted by Mr. Yo. Nicov, in the meanwhile, he has not gotten any conversion here. And Yo is able to, yeah, run away with a few villagers. But I would say the damage which Nicov was able to do in the meanwhile is just very nice. On the other side, Mr. Yo, he has understood the fact that he will not be able to make anything happen here against that army, and he was forced to retreat. And Nicov, what? Nicov misplaced the stone wall. So now he's going to lose a few villagers himself, and I guess we will see him walling the economy off as well. So in general, I would say Nicov still is in a totally fine position due to the fact that he will be able to save his main TC just to lead those walls, exactly, and now he's fine. However, Mr. Yo, he has a great position on the map with the two castles, right? So Nicov really has to think about how he wants to get the extra goals here, because that's definitely something he wants to fight for, right? But look at that. Mr. Yo, he's losing so many villagers. He right now has 80 villagers against the 110 by Nicov. This is just looking so good for Nicov. And Nicov will be able to get Rams out now. We have Herbal Medicine even coming in for Mr. Yo. Wow, how often do you see Herbal Medicine coming in Castle Age? Pretty seldom, I would say. I've personally never seen that. In Imperial Age, yes, but not in Castle Age. But yeah, now we will have Rams coming out for Nicov. Mr. Yo, I'm pretty sure he will see that. Yeah, Mr. Yo knows that. He also went for fletching now to be giving his castles more damage for the... Yeah, more damage output, right? Yeah, on the sides, guys, nothing is happening. He has replaced the mill there. And now we have 3 TCs versus 3 TCs. But Nikov's economy is just looking so much better and much healthier. Wilbur coming now in for Nicov as well. He has, how many stables does he have? 2 remaining. And now that, like Mr. Yo, let's see. We have 37 army against 27. And Nicov doing a bad job here with the scout. The great fight for Nicov though. Nicov has a great position. He has the hill here. And I'm sure he will be able to kill that castle, right? And if that castle dies, that will be everything Mr. Yo has. So that's going to be very crucial for him to save that castle. Let's see. He will utilize the villages now to repair the castle. The castle is doing a lot of damage to the knights as well. And let's see. We have 25 knights against 23. Whoa! Is Mr. Yo holding this one? I feel like Mr. Yo is holding this one, guys. Yeah, Mr. Yo is winning here. Isn't he? Let's take a look at the score. Or the army, 20. Yeah, Mr. Yo is taking the score lead, guys. Whoa! Look at that. 11 army against 19. Nicov is forced to retreat here. He needs to get more stables out. He's building himself a castle now. This is such a close game. He has way more economy. Way more. 40 more villagers. But he could lose a lot now if he doesn't get the army onto the field, which he needs. Another monk converting another knight. That's lovely. The castle here. Defending the gold. Defending the farms. Defending the woodline. And yeah, Nicov is able to push Mr. Yo back here. Equalizing the army. 8 to 30 now. And he has stabilized, guys. Nicov has stabilized. Using the market like there is no tomorrow. And Nicov, is he aware of that gold here? Yeah, Nicov is aware of that. So Nicov needs to expand here to this gold. That's for sure. 122 villages against 86. Getting gold shaft mining as well. Don't get me wrong, guys. Both players are, in my opinion, still in a winnable situation. But Nicov still should have the lead here. Due to the fact that his villager count is so much higher. And in theory, he could just wait now until Imperial Age because he's really safe at home. And yeah, this is looking good. You can definitely tell that both players, like Nicov, he's trying to get the speed out of the game a bit. He's, you know, healing up his units. He wants to wait for Imperial Age now. But Mr. Yo, he will not give Lumbercamp. Lumbercamp is a way to quick wall. I've never seen that before as Hans. That's a lovely move. I'm sure Mr. Yo is very well aware what is happening. And he will try to win this game in Castle Age by completely overwhelming with units. And let's see if he's capable of doing that. Oh, there is a gap here. There's a gap. Oh, Nicov could be losing a lot of villagers here. He needs to run with this TC, or with the villagers in the TC. Indeed, that's exactly what he's doing. He needs to wall to his castle, and he needs to buy himself enough time to get a crucial amount of pikemen out. Because if he's not able to do so, Mr. Yo, he will go for the throat here, which is just passing here, and then he will raid everything. So, Nicov needs to do everything he can to ensure his position on this side. If he allows Mr. Yo to pass this side here, that's going to be pretty bad for Nicov here. And now we have another engagement here. Nicov, he is taking a very bad fight here. And I see a world where Mr. Yo can even win this game now if Nicov takes the fight now. Ay. This is going to be crucial. 16 army against 27. This is looking good for Mr. Yo. Completely annihilating everything Nicov has right now. And the cast is just helping so much here. But I'm afraid for Nicov that he's just losing the ground here, and he is going to be losing a lot of villagers in the process as well, I would assume. Oh, that's so bad. That's just so bad. Oh god, this is a nail biter. 126 villagers against 106. 15 army against 24. Nicov, he doesn't have any gold in the bank at all. He will not be able to get Halberdier pretty soon. And the thing is, Mr. Yo, he's switching to Axeman. He has 3 castles already, right? So in theory, he will be able to get out a lot of Axemen, and the Axemen are just completely annihilating the Pikeman play. So Mr. Yo, I have to say, guys, he is in a better position right now due to the fact that he has the better positioning and he has the better army composition right now as well. Insane game from Mr. Yo, yeah, for sure. I absolutely love the resilience of Mr. Yo here. I already thought he was completely dead after losing the TC here. But yeah, he has proven that this is a mistake to think that he's dead too early. Crazy stuff. Nicov, yes, he has a trebuchet out now. That's good for him. He's finally going for TC here on the extra gold as well. That's good. That's good. But I still think the transitioning is going to be a bit too late. Right? He's just lacking the gold here. And in theory, what he needs right now is the CA switch. But I don't think that Mr. Yo will give him enough time to do that. And Mr. Yo, he also has a lot of stone right now. He will be able to repair that castle for a long time. So yeah, not ideal, not ideal. Losing villages here now for Mr. Nicov. Yeah, Mr. Yo in those kind of situations is just too good, right? He is just taking care that Nicov doesn't have any gold to his disposal anymore. And yeah, Nicov is just out of gold. And that is a huge problem for him right now. He had a good economy, yes, but right now he has 100 villagers remaining versus the 122 by Mr. Yo. And yeah, what can you do here? That's just horrible. 124 villagers against 102. He has more army, yes, but he doesn't have the quality in the army, right? And look, how much does he have on stone as well? Just for 160 stone. So he will not be able to repair that castle for too long. He's going for Blast Furnace, while Mr. Yo, he is just increasing his lead more and more. Even saving that trebuchet here. And we have 8 military against 29. 160 population against 110. That is, yeah. That is the game, I would say. Mr. Yo was able to bounce back after a great attack from Nicov, but just the strategical moves here by Mr. Yo were able to get him the victory here, I feel. Even Elite, Axeman now, Blast Furnace and Bearded Axe as well, which give your Axeman the extra range. And yeah, that's it. That's it. Great play by Mr. Yo. Really a great play. Especially after this moment here. Where was it? Yeah, this moment here. After Mr. Yo lost this position here. Right, he acknowledged the fact that he was going to lose this. He realized that he doesn't have the army number which Nicov had. And he abandoned this situation and went for counterattack. And in the meanwhile, he also got himself the better position on the middle, right, where all the gold was. So yeah, just lovely map awareness by Mr. Yo. Also the fact that he went for a very fast castle in this position here, securing him these 3 main goals here, was just lovely play by him. Nicely done. Here, Nicov playing as with his lovely and most favorite arena civilization, which is Burgundians here in the blue trunks. And on the other side, we have Mr. Yo, his counterpart, playing as... What the hell is this? One sec, guys. This is like a perfect cut off of the snow. Yeah, anyway. Mr. Yo here playing as Malay in the red trunks. And Malay, one of the strongest arena civs out there, due to the fact that they are upping to the next age 80% faster. Which means that you have a lot more villagers in Castle Age, for example, compared to opponent. Usually it's around 6 or 7 villagers more, which gives you a huge economical boost. But on the other side, Mr. Yo, he is Nicov, he has Burgundians, and with Burgundians you have the possibility to get the economical upgrades always 1 age earlier than the other civilizations, right? And therefore Burgundians is just a very strong civ on arena, because you can get those upgrades without running into any risk that your opponent might be pushing you or punishing you for being too greedy. It's 66% faster? My bad. I guess they changed that, right? In the past it was 80% if I'm not mistaken. They're also cheaper, right? Half the food cost or something. Yeah, exactly. They're also cheaper. 50% in terms of the food count. Nicov always has the button to fall back to. Exactly. It was a calculation thing. They wrote the bonus wrong. Oh, okay. My bad. Then I guess relics. I would say in terms of the relic positioning, maybe Mr. Yo has it a bit better because he has 2 close to his walls, while Nicov, he only has 1 close to his wall. But this one and this one, yeah, I would say Nicov has a bit of a worse luck in terms of the relic positioning. But yeah, it's something you cannot fully prevent, right? Claudio, danke. So what I'm expecting from both players is to play it very standard. What we usually see is from most civs on arena is that you go into Castle Age with light cav and then fight for the relics and then fall back and boom a lot behind, right? Yo, golds are forward. Yeah, all of them are forward. Yeah. Well, Nicov, he has a back main gold, right? The other 2 golds are forward as well, but that's how arena is concepted most of the time. The stones are also here, the main stone, and the other stone is outside, while Nicov has the main stone in the front and the extra stone here on the outside as well. Randomness is part of AoE. Yep. Age Vampires is a RNG thing. As long as both players have the same amount of resources, it's fine. That's a fast fuel. Yeah, for Malay. So with Malay, you literally have 2... or maybe generate is a way to conceive. Okay, thanks. Yeah, with Malay you have two options. The first one is to stay in Dark Age for a very long time. So you build up to 28 villagers or 29 even. And then you go into Fuel Age and then immediately up to Castle Age as well, right? That will allow you to have a very strong Dark Age economy. And that will work until you reach Castle Age, right? And the approach Mr. Yo is going for is... His advantage is that he's going to get the economical upgrades much earlier than Nicov, for example, or other civilizations. And due to the fact that Malay are upping that fast, they are able to remain in Fuel Age faster or longer with the economy boost he's getting now with the wood upgrade and the horse color. And he will still be able to reach Castle Age at the same time as his counterpart, due to the fact that Malay is just upping faster, right? So on paper, he will be having the same amount of time, Castle Age time, or a very equal one, but he will have 6 villagers roughly more than his opponent. So that's exactly why Malay is just so strong there, right? Yo is going Castle Age push. I don't think so. I guess both players are going to play very standard, going for light cav and then just trying to get the relics there. Should be similar economy Castle Age because Nicov is still having those upgrades earlier. Yeah, it will actually. I'm just saying Malay compared to other civilizations, right? compared to Burgundians, this idea or this thought is obviously not fully correct there. Is fast feudal or castle age upgrade a better thing for Burgundians? Is fast feudal for castle age upgrades? Oh no, I would not do that. I would not do that. The way Nicov is playing it is the right way. Mr. O screwed up the perfect farm placement? What? Why? It's fine, no? I've never understood the perfect farm placement. Mr. O never... No, Mr. O doesn't like Arena. He's not a big fan of Arena. And, yeah, he doesn't enjoy it too much, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, Nicov is now in Feudal Age. He will be adding a stable and also blacksmith. And then he will be able to get himself up to Castle Age. However, 24 villagers, I feel like he upped a bit too early. Kind of looks like that. Is he able to up without idle TC time? Let's see. I don't think so. Let's see. Idle TC time. Yeah. He has 5 seconds of idle TC time. Not too bad, not too bad. I thought it would be a bit longer. Mr. Yo, in the meanwhile, he's going on to gold now. And we have a barrack coming up. A blacksmith is going to be coming up from him as well. And we need to see a second building from him as well, which is going to be the stable most likely. Right? Hey Jordan, maybe you can do a t-shirt with my logo on it for sale. No? Thanks. Beste Ansicht Ding. Yeah, nice. Okay, we have the Bosa upgrade coming in for Nicov, and I wonder if he's going for heavy plow now as well. I wonder if he's going for a heavy plow as well, because that is a big food investment as well at that stage, because that means you have one scout less. Let's see. Okay, Nicov has the perfect farm placement now, apparently. Yeah. Okay, whatever. Nicov is in Castle Age in 20 seconds, while Mr. Yo, he has not clicked up yet. He will be 1 minute behind Nicov there, in terms of the Castle Age timing. He's finishing that one villager, and then he's going up. 1 minute 30. Yeah, he's 1 minute and 20 seconds behind, which is a lot. That's definitely a lot. But he will have the way more villages working, right? 34 villages against 26. Until the time that Mr. Yo is up to Castle Age, Nicov, I suppose, has a 5 villager discrepancy, right? So it's not the worst. Stable, and we will see a fight now for the relics with the light calf, which I have assumed already, right? But that's the big problem for Mr. Yo. It's really hard to fight against Burgundians with melee, because melee in general, if you go for that approach which Mr. Yo went for, you will be lacking a bit of food to produce the light calf in time. And now we have already Nicov having 4 scout cavalry, while or scouts, while Mr. Yo only has 3, right? So yeah, Nicov now has the confirmation that Mr. Yo indeed went for the light calf or for the scouts, and now he will go for light cavalry as well. He's committing there. Mr. Yo on the other side, he's going for that as well. And now what we will see is a fight for the relics. Mr. Yo, in addition to that, he's adding a second TC behind that. I mean, he has great economy, so should be able to use that TC also very effectively without adding too much idle TC time to his disposal. 1 relic already in for Mr. Yo, for Nicov. And let's see now. This is going to be interesting how the fight is going to develop. This spear is going to be deleted. No, it's not going to be deleted. But I also don't really see how Mr. Yo can really engage properly into this, because Nicov just has more army, right? He has 4 light cavalry here, and he also has more spears here. So in general, it's going to be, oh, Nicov throwing away 1 light calf. And these are the kind of mistakes you must not have happen to you. This monk is going to bite the dust for sure. And Yo is not even losing one slide calf in exchange there, is he? Yeah, he is. He is. This is a good fight for Nicov. And also great micro by him. Okay, never mind. One light cavalry down. Even 3. I would say that was very equal. 4 against 5. Yeah. So, nicely done by both players. But I would say Nicov should have the tools to get the relics. Let's see. The light cavalry are going to kill the 2 monks here. Oh, but he's getting 1 conversion off. Ooh, lovely thing. 6 army against 5. Yeah, that's going to be a bit annoying right now. And Nicov now going for Sanctity. He doesn't have any monk out on the field right now, does he? Yeah, no, he does not. And in the meanwhile, Mr. Yo, he has already gotten himself 1 relic in there. And he will be able to grasp this one as well, most likely. Now, Nicov, he is well aware of what's happening here. Oh, I love the move by Nicov. He killed the spearman and he got the deletion on the spearman as well. Oh, Nicov. He will be able to catch that one. He has husbandry. Oh, let's see where the relic is dropping. Okay, just right in front of the gate. Yeah, like Nicov at this stage, he can only delay it so much, right? There's only so much you can do there. Okay, we have conversion here. Successful on the spearman. Yeah, it's just going to be tough to reach that relic now, I think, for Nicov. Let's see. By pathing. Yeah, Mr. Yo is able to get himself 2 relics for sure. We don't even have to pay attention to that one. And we will just focus on this here in the middle. Who is going to be able to claim these 2 relics for himself? I wonder. I would say it's going to be equal. 1 is going to be for Nicov and 1 going to be for Mr. Yo. Oh, and this was just in general a very bad fight for Nicov. Yes, he kills the spearman, but he has lost the 1 light calf and also a lot of hit points on the light calf. Let's see. Mr. Yo, he has gotten himself the relic here. Yes, he has 2 now in a second versus the 1. And again, Mr. Nicov was a bit out of position here with his spearman. And again, 2 monks are going to bite the dust here. But Nicov, he was able to kill every single light calf Mr. Yo had on the field right now. And in the meanwhile, Nicov, he has 55 population or villagers against 59. He has not gone for heavy plow yet, which I absolutely love. And yeah, Nicov is doing a very good job here in terms of micro. Able to snipe off the monk. He doesn't lose any units in exchange there. And now he will be able to grab himself the last relic here. Or not the last one, but the second relic for himself. And yeah, Mr. Yo house here, 70 population. Nicov at 70 population as well. So just in general, very, very close game, I would say. And we will now see the last fight, or the fight for the last relic, so to say. I feel like Nicov, he needs to try to get more relics out, more monks out, but I don't really think that's going to be the case here. Yeah, just due to the fact that this relic is a bit closer to Nicov, to Mr. Yo, I feel like he will be able to get himself the relic advantage here. But honestly, guys, 3 against 2 relics, that's not a big deal. That's something you can completely ignore, to be honest. It's fine. Mr. Yo, he's going for a castle now. Interesting stuff. And in the meanwhile, Nicov, the biggest mistake he has done so far is the fact that he doesn't have wheelbar yet. At this point, you definitely want to have wheelbar already. 1 light calf going down. Yo idle TC time? Yeah, he has quite a lot there. Definitely. He has not been on point as much as Nicov is. 2 conversions coming in, I guess. Oh, he converted the... Oh, look at that snipe by Mr. Yo. But he's going to lose that monk as well. But the relic is at the position, guys, which is never going to be won by Nicov anymore with just castle age units. So, yeah. That relic, for sure, is going to be part of Mr. Yo... Mr. Yo's monastery. And he's going for Imperial Age now. So what we will see from him is going to be Arbalest play. And he wants to follow that one up, I suppose, with Trebuchet, right? So we will have Arbalest and Trebuchet hitting the fray from Nicov, from Mr. Yo. And Nicov, in the meanwhile, he wants to go for skirms. And I personally, I'm a bit torn apart on that one, because the problem with Burgundians is that their skirms, they are lacking the last armor upgrade for their ranged units. And that means that the Arbalest, they will be able to deal 4 damage instead of 2 damage against the Arbalest, against the skirms. And that is a huge deal, right? That's really a huge deal. So I think that Mr. Yo, just from the setup, should have a better position in terms of unit composition. But also, Nicov, he has a better economy. And he should be able to get more units out on the field. So let's see how it's going to proceed, guys. Yeah. How many archer range do we have so far from Nicov? He has 3, about to plant the 4th one. And Mr. Yo on the other side, he only has 3 right now. And that's the problem for him, right? Mr. Yo, he just doesn't have the same economy. Yeah, granted, it's similar, but just a few villagers less. I feel like he's equalizing. Yo doesn't even have fletching yet. That's a good point. Yeah, that's definitely a good point. He's also... Yeah, he doesn't have any imp upgrades so far. And Nicov, I like what he's doing. He's just, you know, he wants to force the issue here. And I'm kind of surprised that Mr. Yo, he doesn't apparently have the economy so far to to afford the upgrades, which are so crucial for him, right? Thank you, Lefabe, for the lovely comment. Yeah, in the future I will ensure that JMB is not going to collide with any other events, don't you worry. That was just a mistake by me. Yeah, a lot of the Elite Skirm upgrade is coming in for Mr. Yo now as well. Okay, very interesting. Bracer hitting the fray as well, and Chemistry. But I feel like Nicov just has the momentum here. He also has Ballistics for his units. So he will be able to push that initial push away. And that's going to be super bad for Mr. Yo, because he was, you know, sacrificing his economy for a faster imp uptime. And he was not really able to achieve anything with that. And the Mangonel not really able to get some kills. Okay, he was able to get some kills now. But, yeah. Nicov, he was very well aware of what's happening here. And, I'm surprised that Mr. Yo is going for Mangonels instead of Bombard Cannons here. Usually what you see here is Bombard Cannons, right? They're just a bit better in terms of the range, right? And usually with Melee, you don't really see it too often that you go for Onagers, and the Mangonel itself, it's not going to be that sustainable against the Imperial upgrade or Imperial units from Nicov. So yeah, quite surprised by that unit choice. Maybe it was just a mistake. In the meanwhile, Nicov, he already has the Bomber Cannon, and the Bomber Cannon has 10 extra damage compared to other Bomber Cannons from other civilizations, right? That's just a bonus Burgundians have. And now, I would say, guys, we are reaching a certain stage in the game where it's just going to be so tough for Mr. Yo to pounce back here. In the meanwhile, Nicov also going for Conscription and Paladin upgrade. And I just think that there is no way Mr. Yo can do anything right now, because he will not expect that. He's still not having the economy at the spot where he would be feeling comfortable. And yeah, he's fully focusing on skirms right now because the Burgundian player has a lot of skirms himself, right? So that's very bad for him. And yeah, the Paladin switch is going to be hitting him completely by surprise. And I don't see how Mr. Yo can really prevent that from happening, right? Elephant switch needed? Elephant switch needed. No, I don't agree. Elephant switch would not help because Mr. Nicov would just hit the button then, and then we have Flemish Revolution and the game is over. I think what Nicov, or Mr. Yo rather, would have needed to do is fully commit on Arbalest and have bombard cannons behind. That must have been his unit. But the problem is, he didn't have the economy to sustain that. And when you're forced to switch to skirms without having any Arbalests in the back, you know you're in a bad position against Burgundians, right? That's just very problematic. Yeah, and also that castle is going to bite the dust as well. Handcard now coming in for Mr. Yo, but he just doesn't have the economy right now to sustain the production which he would love to. He still has to invest a bit into getting his economy to a spot where he feels comfortable. But yeah, this is not ideal. I gotta say, perfectly executed by Nicov. He's having a very good display here so far, and yeah, it's just gonna hurt. It's just gonna hurt Mr. Yo a lot. He's going for redemption now, right? But I don't think that's going to save him at all. Doesn't look like that. Now getting a nice shot on the skirms as well, and now Mr. Yo, he has realized that there is nothing in this world anymore he can do to stop the Paladin switch. It was just a perfectly executed play by Nicov. And we have taken the first winner out of the first series here.